I am making another card using the Antique Paperies Pink Christmas. And my previous card I made a shaker card, and I had cut out, I'd used the top of the paper here, and I'd cut out this bird. And so while I was cutting out the bird, I went ahead and cut out the mug, and in that video I had told you to hold on to that mug, we'd make another card. And so that's what I'm doing for this one. And so I went ahead and cut out the mug, and here it is, and I've darkened around the edges with black ink. And then I cut this out of a sheet from Antique Paper as well, and this one is Love Paris or Love in Paris, something like that. And so I have cut it out, and so I'm using a red card base that I had. I think I got these from Michael's. I've got them several years ago. And so then I've cut my background out of the Love Paris paper, and then I've also cut the top frame piece. And so for this piece, I did cut an oval out using my Big Shot and one of my oval dies. So I went ahead and done all that ahead of time. I also printed and cut out my sentiment. Since I didn't have a stamp that said this, I just went ahead and printed and cut it out. And so that's what I do. When I don't have the stamps, I just go in on the computer and design it up and then cut it out using my silhouette. So that way I can use any sentiment that I want without having to find or buy a stamp for just one card. So now I'm just going to ink around the edges of this paper so that it all kind of blends together with the, so I'm just using the black ink around the edges of the frame. And I'm going to use, this time, some red and white chunky glitter, and then also my glitter that's kind of white, kind of clear, but it also has pink in it and it has stars and different shapes. So I'm going to use that in this shaker card as well. And then I may add just a few glitter snowflakes, but I won't be adding my blue glitter today like I added to the other one. So I'm just going to keep this one red and white, kind of to go along with that straw. And I think I wanted to try to go around the edges of this oval as well so that it kind of stands out. And so I just wanted to test myself and be able to show you how you can use the junk journal kits, the digital files, to make things other than just a junk journal. It's fun to use them to make the junk journal, but when I purchase something, I like to be able to use it for more than one thing. And so it makes your purchases go further. So let's see, I've got that one. I don't think I need to do the one underneath because it's going to actually be hidden. And so what I did, this card is, I think 6.5. Let's just measure it. It's 5 by 6.5. So I cut my frame and my background paper at 4 3/4 by 6 1/4. So that way I've just got it framed out on here. And then I printed this at the regular size. My printer is not borderless, so it did cut off the handle, but that was no big deal because the way I'm going to make the card, it's not going to hurt it at all. So first I think I'll just go ahead and add the background paper to my card base. I think these papers are beautiful, so I wanted to figure out a way to use them. Since I'd already started my junk journal and the Pink Christmas didn't really match my junk journal, but I did use some of her other papers in my junk journal. I used the Winter in Victoria and then the Victorian Christmas in it. So I just wanted to be able to use this paper without having to make another journal, so I thought a card would be an excellent way to use it up. So now I want to add the acetate, and that is the one thing I did not cut before I turned on the camera. So let me go ahead and cut the acetate. And so I just, oh, I got ink on it right there. So what I just want to do is have it fit on the inside of this oval. So let me measure and see. Probably going to need to cut it. Let's just cut it like we did the base. Let's cut it 4 3/4 by, I'm going to cut it 4 3/4 by 6. So how wide is this one? This acetate. Actually, the 4 is going to have to work. So let's just cut it by 6. Because I bought this roll of acetate off of Amazon, and it's really to put around cakes, but I find that it works really good, and it goes a long ways for these smaller cards. Now, if you were doing a bigger project, you would need a full sheet, but I have found that it works great for this. Get all the, make sure it didn't get any, sometimes it picks up lint and fuzz. So now we just want to add this. So let's just, I'm going to have to see where it goes, fits, so I don't add glue in the wrong places. So we can add some glue here. On the top and bottom. But before, no, let's see, my card, let me turn this around. I think I was going to, yeah, the cup's going to be all on the outside, so that'll be fine. And then let's take and just go down right beside the oval, real close, to make sure. Don't want to put too much glue because then it'll ooze out. Just going to add it right here. And that's perfect. Oops, it slid around. This glue does give you a little bit more time to move it, but then at the same time it's not instant, so it does move around sometimes. And I think I may have used up just a little bit. The great thing about this glue is it dries clear and it doesn't seem to leave a bad residue on this, so that'll be good. Let's just clean that off. Let me make sure it's all come off. Okay, yes. All right, so now we want to go ahead and let me lay this out and make sure everything's going as planned. So I'm going to put this on the front here, like that. So yes, so now let's just add our foam to our edges. And I think it'll be close enough right here to the oval. That's what I was trying to figure out. If I put it right up against the edge, is it going to be close enough to the oval that all of our, I don't want all of our glitter to just get lost down in the bottom of the card. So that's what I'm trying to make sure. And like in my other video, you want to be sure that you, when you put these together, that you, let me see here if that's going to come loose. I did want to add glue with that. Hold on just a second. You do want to be sure that you butt the edges up together because you don't want the glitter to be able to seep out. So I'm just going to add glue to this just to give it an extra bit of protection that it's not going to come loose and my glitter go everywhere, since I will be mailing these. So that's what I'm going to just push that down, and then let me see here. Let me just cut another piece. Okay. So I'll just add the glue here so I don't have to cut it ahead of time. Let me just add this right here. I'm trying to line it up so when you see the card from the outside it's going to be okay. And just go right to the edge there. And then I'm just going to add some more glue right along here. And you probably don't need to add this glue with the foam tape, but I like to add it just in case. So if you don't add it, I don't think it'll hurt anything. I've never had an issue with this foam tape coming loose, but with cold weather and mailing things, I always do worry about glue coming loose during those times. So that's why I'm trying to do just a little bit more to make sure it doesn't come loose. Let's just add this here. Push that down. Push it just a little bit there. Okay, so now we have our base here that we can put our glitter in. So now we're just going to add some glitter to this, and oops, I let my glue fall over and it's going out everywhere. So we set that up. Okay, so we're going to add the glitter to it now. So we're just going to add, I'm going to add just a little bit of red, and I went with the red and white because of the straw. I thought that would look good together. And Adds a little bit more Christmas to it. Okay. And then I'm just going to add a few of these little white glittery snowflakes. And I like to separate them out because they do come stuck together sometimes, and I just shot them all over the room. There we go. So I just like to add a few of those in because I think they're pretty. Okay, so I got a few of those in, and then I'm just going to add if you've watched any of my other videos, you see I use this a lot. It's just it's clear, but then it looks pink, and it kind of picks up the colors in your clothes, and it's got the stars. So I think it'll look good mixed in with that. And I'm trying to figure out, do I have enough glitter in that? Sometimes I tend to overdo the glitter, but let me add just a couple more snowflakes. I don't want to overdo it, but at the same time I don't want to underdo it either. I want to have plenty in there so that it's pretty. And there's enough to find when it shakes. Okay, and let's just see here. I do have one more that's red and green. Let's see, there is some red and there is some green. So let's just add just a little bit of red and green. And I may be totally overdoing it now. I don't know why, but I love adding glitter to these things. Okay, I think that'll be enough mixture. So now, like we've done in our others in the past, we're just going to take and we're going to lay this over and make sure we line it up, and then we're going to attach it. So, let me see here. I'm going to turn it sideways so I can see from this side so I don't get in the way of the camera. Okay, so we're just going to pull one tape off. And I know it's going to be hard for you to see what I'm doing, but I'm just adding card base to it. But I want to line up my paper top and bottom, so I want to make sure that I see it really good. Actually, I'm going to be really careful and just peel it back because I don't want the glitter to fly everywhere, but I forgot to add glue to it. So let me add some glue to my tape. And it's going to get hard to do this when I put the card on, but I'm going to try to not make a huge mess with this, but I'm going to try to pull the tape off on at least two sides so I can add the glue. But that's the problem, you start getting glitter on it when you do that. So I'm just going to add the glue right here. And now I'm just going to line these up again. And what I'm doing is I'm lining the paper up top and bottom so my papers match when I put them on. So let me see here. And so I'm just going to hold it up. I know that you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just going to hold it up so that I can make sure that, and I'm just holding it up over my head to make sure that it's all lined up. And I think that maybe it would have been easier to have added the card base to the back of this instead of adding it to the card first. But I decided to try just making this one. I didn't make this one in advance. I thought I would just make it with you guys so we can learn together from our mistakes and correct them the next time we make the cards. So, and I'll probably be making another one of these because I'm going to make another one of the bird cards. And so I hate to waste, once I print it out, waste the paper. So I will probably make another one of the coffee mug cards as well. And the thing of it is, this Christmas we can't be with our family and friends like in the past. So sending cards is a great way to let them know that you're thinking about them and that you miss them. So that's what, slide this over just a little. So that's what I'm doing this year, is I am going to make sure I send cards to family and friends. And I see a little white edge there. I wonder if I can go in and just darken it just a little. Okay. So now we just have our shaker card, pretty plain. So we're just going to take now, and we're going to add our little coffee, or hot chocolate. I call it coffee, but it's probably hot chocolate because it's got marshmallows and looks like chocolate chips on top. So we're going to add that to our front. Let's just add some glue. Okay. Let's just add this right here. Just going to put it there, and that looks good. And then I'm going to add my cinnamon. So let's put that together. And my blade was a little off today, so I just smooth that out. And I did, when I wasn't before I started filming, I did go ahead and darken the edges of my sentiment as well. I used brown to kind of give it a dingier look to match this background, and then I went back with it with the black ink as well. So that way it kind of matches. And then I'm gonna figure out where I'm gonna put it. I think I like it overlapping the oval a little bit right there. So that's how we're gonna add that. So, and this is a pretty quick card. Other than fussy cutting out the mug, it really was a quick, simple card to make. I just had to decide where I wanted everything to go. But other than that, I'm trying to decide now. So warm wishes. So there we have our little shaker card with the hot chocolate. And so I think that's very cute. And I love the different colors in there. And it does shake up enough that I think you can see all the glitter. It doesn't really get lost in the bottom, which is great. Well, thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoy my videos, please hit the like and subscribe if you'd like to be notified once I upload new videos. And I hope you have a great week. Bye.